Yeah, with the leaf.
I think it should probably be we are the Admiral's men, and this is the Admiral's men and the men of Regina Masterpiece Theatre with
the Undersheriff.
Yeah, Lords and ladies all, we are the Admiral's men, and this is the Admiral's men
Masterpiece
and the men of Regina Masterpiece Theatre
With the Undersheriff.
I like the Undersheriff better than the Sheriff. You're much happier.
Nice. So, my lords, my ladies, we have a challenge laid down to a game of 1 and 85. So, my lords and my ladies, we need an object. Any object.
Person, place, or thing.
Any person, place, or thing.
Horses.
Horses.
185
horses.
185 horses walking to a bar, and there's a hole there. 185 horses walking to a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve you here. They say, why not? Because you got the wrong face.
185 horses walk into the bar. Bartender says, we don't serve your kind here. The horses say, why not? And the barkeep says, because you got saddlebags.
185 horses walk into the bar. The barkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. And the horses say, hey!
185 horses walk into a bar. The barkeep says, we don't serve that kind here. And the horses say, it is okay. We are only here for the sugar cubes.
185 horses walk into a bar. Barkeep says, we don't serve you kind here. And they say, why not? They say, because you're clearly not the Italian stallion.
185 horses walk into the bar. Bartender says, we don't serve horses here. And the horse says, come on, Maine. Oh, okay. 185 horses walk up to the bar, and the pubkeep says, hey, pony up to the bar.
185 horses walk into a pub. The pubkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. And the horses say, why? At least I'm not being an ass.
185 horses walk into a bar. Barkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. And the horses say, but your sign's so well hung.
New word.
Rainbow.
What? 185 playwrights.
185 playwrights walk in the bar. Bartender says, we don't serve your kind here. And he says, but I'm not Kit Marlowe.
185 playwrights walk into a bar. Bartender says, sorry, we don't serve playwrights here. The playwrights say, why? He says, you're barred. 185 playwrights walk into a bar. Barkeep says, we don't serve you kind here. The playwrights say, why not? He says, because I just got out of Titus Andronicus.
185 playwrights walk into the bar and they each order a martini, and the barkeep says, would you like that Shakespeare or stirred? Why don't you explain that? That's because usually it would be like shaking or stirred, but I said Shakespeare.
That was a really dirty joke.
185 playwrights walk into a bar. The barkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. And the playwrights say, it's okay, I'll go home and use my right hand again anyway.
185 playwrights walk into the bar. Bartender says, we don't serve your kind here. The playwrights say, why not? And the pubkeep says, because you don't self-edit.
185 playwrights walk into a bar. The barkeep says, we don't serve you kind here. The playwrights say, why not? And the barkeep says, because this is play lifts.
185 playwrights walk in the bar. Pubkeep says, we don't serve your kind. The playwrights say, well, I guess I'll exit stage left.
185 playwrights walk into a bar. Bartender says, sorry, we don't serve playwrights here. They say, why not? You act out too much. 185 playwrights walk into a bar. Barkeep says, we don't serve kind. So the playwrights go, damn, I missed my cue.
185 playwrights walk in the bar. Bartender says, we don't serve your kind here. The playwrights say, he hadn't written that part yet.
185 playwrights walk into a bar. The barkeep says, we don't serve you kind here. And the playwrights say, line!
Alright, new word.
New person, place, or thing.
Ferry. 185 ferries walk into a bar.
It's an Asterix show. Yeah.
I was trying to keep one clean. 185.
Good luck with that.
185 fairies walk into a bar. Barkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. And the bar and the fairies go, but it says Midsummer's Night Dream outside. 185 fairies walk into a bar. Barkeep says, sorry, we don't serve fairies here. And when the fairies started to put up a fuss, he said, get her on out of here.
185 fairies walk into the bar and the pubkeep says, we don't serve fairies here. And he said, well, you just serve Shakespeare.
185 fairies walk into a bar. The barkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. And the fairy says, but think a happy thought.
185 Christopher Marlowes walk into a bar.
185 fairies walk into the bar. Bartender says, we don't serve fairies here. And the fairies all say, come on, chase the rainbow.
Wouldn't that be leprechauns?
My lords, my ladies.
One more.
One more. Person, place, or thing. Object of some sort.
I'm sorry, what was that, lady?
Bowl?
To say that again. What was that? Oh, never mind, I can put it away. Balls! Oh, it is balls!
185 balls!
Balls!
Wait.
Yeah, that didn't help any, Richard.
Balls! 185 bulls walk into a bar. The barkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. And the bull says, well, you better be ready or you'll get the horns.
185 bulls walk into a pub and the pubkeep says, we don't serve your kind. And he says, well, now I'm really seeing red.
185 bulls walk into a bar. The barkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. And he says, why not? The name of your bar's Crimson Stallion.
185 bulls walk into a pub. Barkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. And the bulls say, we just want to get a little bit horny.
185 bulls walk into the bar. Bartender says, we don't serve your kind here. And the bull says, well, now you've messed with me. You're getting the horn.
Joke's already been made.
185 bulls walk into the bar. The barkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. And he says, well, that's a lot of me.
185 bulls walk into a bar. Bartender says, sorry, we don't serve bulls here. The bulls ask why. He says, I'm not going to put up with any of your ruckus. Now steer clear. 185 bulls walk into a bar. The barkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. And the bulls say, why not? And he says, because you didn't come in with MJ.
185 bulls walk into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve your kind here. Bull says, that's just...
Oh.
Shall we do another? One more. Another word.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, but we are eating presents.
Holy mother God. God save you, Lord Cecil.
Hold on, I've seen many events in a pond, but nothing as disgusting, childish, and slightly humorous as the discussion of bulls in a pub. Bulls. See, even I didn't understand. And also I did. We do have an asterisk.
Yes, it is an asterisk shot.
No wonder it's the odd show that does entertain the masses.
Improvisation, so it's not theatre.
We are
The Admiral's Men.
and this is the Admiral's Men
and the Men of Regina Masterpiece Theatre.
With the Undersheriff.
and special guest star,
Lord Cecil. For the love of God, he's the Privy Council.
Perhaps you would like to play in on this here game we're playing now. 185. Why not? Let's just see how it goes.
Hey, do we have a word for Lord Robert Cecil?
Shall we do words worst?
Let's continue 185.
And we can move on. We need another word. For Robert Cecil, people.
Kittens.
Any word?
Kittens.
What kittens?
All right.
185 kittens due to walk into a bar. The barkeep says, sorry, we don't serve kittens. You must leave. And they say, right now? 185 kittens walk into a bar. The bartender says, whoa, I'll serve you all a few drinks, but don't drown yourselves.
We don't serve kittens here. The kittens say false.
185 kittens walk into a bar. The barkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. And the kittens say, why? And the barkeep says, because you're all a bunch of
wait. The asterisk doesn't actually go that far.
185 kittens walk into the pub. The pubkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. And the kittens say, we just want a little bit of whiskey.
185 kittens walk into a pub. The barkeep says, we're sorry, we don't serve kittens here. The kittens are very silent for a moment. The barkeep says, what happened? Cat got lights up.
185 kittens walk into a bar. The barkeep says, we don't serve your kind here, but the kittens go,
What about now? All right.
185 kittens walk into a bar. The barkeep says, my apologies, we don't serve kittens here. They ask, why not? Well, you're colored blue. Well, why not? You let the Pink Panther in.
185 kittens walk into a bar. The barkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. And the kittens say, why not? The barkeep says, because the last time you were here, you sprayed everything.
185 kittens walk into a pub. The pubkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. And the kittens say, please, we just want a little bit of milk.
185 kittens walk into the bar. Barkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. The kittens say, why fur? 185 kittens walk in a pub, and the pubkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. And they say, well, I was just looking for a little tail.
185 kittens walk into a bar. The barkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. The kittens say, why not? The barkeep says, because it's a dog-eat-dog bar. 185 kittens walk into a bar. The bartender says, sorry, we don't serve kittens here. They ask, why not? He says, because you litter all over the place.
185 kittens walk into a bar. Barkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. And they say, but we're not kittens anymore. We're cats. Right?
Walk into a bar, barkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. The cats start making a fuss, you know? And the barkeep says, flee. 185 kittens walk into the bar, and the barkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. And the kittens go, memories. Alright, another now. One more.
Another word.
One more.
Whoopie pie.
Whoopie pie.
What? Whoopie pie? I want some whoopie pie.
Oh, something else. Another word.
Pizza.
Pizza.
This should be
185 pizzas walk into a pub. The pubkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. And the pizza says, why? Is it because we're too cheesy?
No, but that was.
Very cheesy.
185 pizzas walk into the bar, and the barkeep says, we don't serve your kind. And he says, why? Is it because I don't have any pepperoni in my step? Bartender says, we don't serve pizzas here. And the pizzas say, why not? We've got all the dough. 185 pizzas walk into a bar. Barkeep says, we don't serve pizzas here. Pizzas say, oh, we know, it's just envy. You're envious of my large sausage.
185 pizzas walk into a bar, and the barkeep says, the bartender says, whoa, you might want to leave. This might be a little rough place. Pizzas say, why? You look kind of thin in crust. 185 pizzas walk into a bar, and they say, 185 pizzas walk into a bar. The bartender says, I didn't order pizza, it's DiGiorno!
185 pizzas walk into the bar. Barkeep says, we don't serve pizzas here. Pizzas say, why not? And the barkeep says, because the last time you were here, you got sauced. 185 pizzas walking in the bar, and the pubkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. And the pizza says, oh yeah, what are you going to do about it? And he says, I'm going to hand toss you out of here.
185 pizzas walk into a bar. The barkeep says, we don't serve your kind here. And the pizzas say, why? And the barkeep says, because my wife's already given me enough pie.
185 Peters walking to a pub. Pubkeeper says we don't serve Peters, and the Peters say you've got to be very careful. You belong to a very, very powerful family. You belong to Papa John. That is an accent to the New World.
185 pizzas walk into a pub. The pubkeeper says, we don't serve your kind here. And the pizzas say, why? Don't you just want to get a little baked?
185 anchovy pizzas. Where's that asterisk?
185 pizzas walk into a bar. The barkeeper says, we don't serve your kind here. And the pizzas say, why not? He's like, because I'm playing dominoes.
185 anchovy pizzas walk into the pub. Pubkeeper says, we don't serve it. Oh, wait, sorry, I thought you were my wife. 185 pizzas walk into a pub. The pub says, sorry, we don't serve pizzas here. The pizzas say, oh, we're in the wrong place. We're looking for our hut over there.
185 pizzas walk into a bar. The barkeeper says, we don't serve your kind here. And the pizzas say, why? And the barkeeper says, because the last time here you got tossed.
Already been used.
Yeah.
All right, one more. We got time.
We keep saying only one more. This is the fifth one more we've had.
It's all right. They love us.
Keep going. They love it.
One more.
What?
Whiskies.
Fleas. 185 fleas. I heard fleas first.
All right, please.
So 185 fleas.
Yeah, we need to get going to the jobs.
All right.
185 fleas walk into a bar. The barkeeper says, sorry, we don't serve fleas here. They say, why not? He says, because you're a freaking circus. 185 fleas walk into a bar. The barkeeper says, we don't serve your kind here. And the fleas say, why not? And the barkeeper goes,
For the assassination fleas, I'm so
John, he's alive!
Well, that's right, the thing I'm very worried about.
185 fleas walk into a pub. The pubkeeper says, well, you have to get out. We don't serve fleas here. They say, why not? He says, he just itched me the wrong way. 185 fleas walk into a bar. The barkeeper says, we don't serve your kind here. And the fleas say, why not? The barkeeper just goes,
185 fleas walk into a pub. Pubkeeper says, we don't serve fleas here. Fleas say, doggone it.
185 fleas walk into a pub. The pubkeeper says, we don't serve your kind here. And the fleas say, well, why not? And the barkeeper just says, suckify me.
185 fleas walk into a bar. The barkeeper says, we don't serve your kind here. And the fleas say, why not? You're a market.
185 fleas walk into the pub, and the pubkeeper says, hey, we don't serve your kind here. And he said, it figures, I came in with the kittens.
What we're going to do?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Admiral's Men. Kitten eye.
Yes.
And this is the Admiral's Men and the Men of Regina.
Masterpiece Theatre with Lord Robert Cecil.
Bingo. Happy. No, it doesn't matter. Whoopsie.
Alright, my lords, what we're going to do now is we're going to continue our competition and we're going to have the world's